Welcome back to Finn versus History with me, Sir Horatio Gould.
Hello, sir.
It's part 2 of our General Gordon story.
A romp
Oh, it is a romp. I'm having a lovely time.
through colonial Equatoria.
Can I just say I'm having a lovely time?
Yeah, it's like a warm bath.
Take me back. I want to go back. This is where if I was to time travelling, I'd go back to 19th century.
I think that's well documented, Finn. I don't know if...
No, I want to make that very clear.
I think you managed to say that maybe 3 times a week.
I love this time. I love it. Born in the wrong era.
Yeah.
General Gordon, if he did podcasts, that's me.
You're the General Gordon of the podcast.
I'm Chinese Gordon. I should be called Chinese Taylor.
You should be called Chinese Accent Taylor. It's quite a different thing.
I'd love that.
Oh, yeah, Chinese Accent Taylor, yeah. He's a national hero.
Yeah, he
Mythic.
was. Yeah, got statues of him. Chinese Accent Taylor.
It's you doing the eyes.
The statue, like the Ronaldo bust, but it's me doing the eyes and the teeth. That's Chinese Accent Taylor.
People looking back, it was a different time. Was it? I think that didn't really make sense at the time, to be honest.
Jamaican Accent Taylor.
Yeah.
Another bust. You could have several busts for all my accents.
Big Batty bust.
Big Batty bust. Listen, General Gordon, this is a kind of pause in his adventures because he's back in England having defeated the Taiping Rebellion for the Qings.
Led by
Chang in China.
Yep.
So he's now back in Gravesend. And he's basically commanding fortification works on the Thames.
It's funny how bleak Britain always feels when you go back to it in these stories.
Yeah, yes.
'Cause it's always so exotic and incredible, these like the films, Lawrence of Arabia, all this cartoon.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go back, it does feel like, it feels like it was all a dream. You're back in Gravesend.
It must do.
Yeah.
That's why he's so bored. He's like, fuck, Gravesend.
Gravesend.
Really?
Yeah.
I was in, Shanghai.
Gravesend, have you done that gig, the Curb gig there?
I have not, but it doesn't begin with an H, so I imagine it's fine.
It's actually all right. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's all right. It's fine.
Anyway, so he now devotes his time as a kind of, religious social outreach for urchins, what you'd call working class children.
Right. The word urchin, that's not used anymore. It feels very of a time. It's an industrial working class child, right?
Mudlarks is what is that what the boys are called?
Have you ever mudlarked?
Sorry?
Have you ever mudlarked?
I do not have a predilection for mudlarking. No.
It does sound like a Victorian euphemism for being gay.
It does, yeah. Mudlarking.
Mudlarking in the Thames is...
Mudlarping.
Mudlarping?
Would you say that Philip Schofield was mudlarping?
What, is that live-action role-playing as a gay man? I don't think he was live-action role-playing.
Going into the woods and mudlarping. Very different to larping.
Yeah.
You don't want to get mixed
his
up.
His defence could have been I was mudlarping, but...
Imagine going to a LARP session, but you're there for a mudlark session, and then you basically end up...
But when you say mudlark, what do you mean? Are
bumming
you
a goblin.
Right. Okay, a lot of layers there. But mudlarking, I've had friends who have mudlarked in the Thames. Mudlarking is still a very modern thing.
God, there's a Thames.
Because you can you have to have a mudlark license. This is true.
Well, in Soho. What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about... Do you know what mudlarking actually is?
I thought I did, but no, I'm not sure.
It's when you go to the banks of the Thames.
It's like aquadogging?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So you go to the bank of the Thames and then look for shit, right?
Because
there's literally 1,000 years of history, but you're not allowed to dig without a license.
Okay.
And then a professional mudlarker will take you on little tours and you'll find little Roman coins.
Professional mudlarker. Right, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like treasure hunting without a metal detector.
Yes.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So he probably is a repressed mudlarker, but he also he spends 90% of his income on charity. He describes this period as, quote, the most peaceful and happy of any portion of my life, which doesn't seem quite right given he's so fired up by seeing action.
Yes.
But I guess this
probably
is
the most peaceful.
This is the interim.
Seeing as he's not at war, which is most of his life.
But I guess the reason he loves going to war, perhaps, is because he's a non-offending homosexual /
he's going to war
pedophile.
with his own sexual urges.
In Gravesend in London, he has to deal with his latent non-offending homosexuality / paedophilia.
And he takes it out on his urchins.
And he takes it out on the mudlarking. He goes to mudlark to let off steam.
Yeah.
So he takes boys off the streets, washes them, clothes them.
Does he wash them himself?
We don't know. This is where the historians get quite tense.
Because when does Victorian Christian charity bleed into paedophilia?
It's a brilliant question.
Thank you.
And one that I'm not sure this country's ever really solved.
I need Dimbledy to be fielding this on Question Time.
Was, this is you tug at this thread, you end up at Jimmy Savile.
Yeah.
The charity work.
You tug off this thread.
Tug off this mudlark. The charitable paedophile is a British archetype.
It is.
Of which people want to paint Gordon.
What, like, you mean archetype? Do you mean like a tarot card?
Yes.
You could have a card that's called the charitable paedophile.
Yes, and it's Savile with a snake on him like this. And you can have your tarot read.
The hand giveth, the hand taketh away.
Exactly.
The hand feeleth.
Oh, did you have your cards read? Yes. What does it say? I don't want to talk about it. But anyway, I've just donated all my money to Oxfam, and I feel like I've earned something. I would like a little treat because I've been very nice to people. Oxfondle. Now, he had done this he refers to his boys that again, having boys it's building a case.
Yeah, but it's also, I think it's quite sophisticated.
He refers to them as his wangs because that's the Chinese for king, and he's Chinese Gordon.
I mean, now we know the history of it. That does sort of make sense, but it doesn't read well if you don't know that.
No, it's actually because I was in China that they called wangs,
and it's actually what they call kings. And
when did the term wang mean penis in English, Charlie?
Your Honour,
this is crucial. In the case,
we're building a case.
I'm for the defence. And I need to know.
1933.
1891.
Oh,
he's innocent. The man is innocent. He's an innocent man. And maybe the fact that he had boys called wangs, and if people thought he was a paedophile at the time, then that is why the word wang now means penis.
Interesting.
So Gordon's charitable work for boys led to assertions that he was a homosexual. Slander.
I mean,
slander.
I know, but there is something brilliantly Victorian about someone doing charity work and being called a homosexual. Were you gay?
That's what I mean. I love this age. I'm running a marathon. Why? Are you gay?
Raising money for who?
Yeah.
What, Water Aid? Are you gay?
I'm doing a tough mudlark. All right. Why have you got through Elton John?
Because he looks like he could be a paedophile and he does a lot of charity work.
He does look like my nan.
I mean, yeah.
Look at what? What are you going to get up?
What I will say, actually...
Compare the two.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? It's what he's done, Elton John has realised if he keeps his hair dyed, he can avoid turning into Savile. Because if you have red glasses, which I notice you have...
Yeah.
Now, what's the deal with that? Why are tinted glasses a thing nowadays?
I think, to be honest, it's
because... Is it because it's cool, or is it because you're trying to tell me that you're gay and you want to do something?
We can't know.
Well, I want to know why people walk around, because it's not just him. You see, nowadays you see lots of people with tinted glasses. We're looking at a photo of Elton John, and he's got his earrings, so I know he's gay, but he's also got these red glasses.
Well, I think the reason people get red glasses is you're sort of splitting the difference between actual glasses and sunglasses. Yeah, but it's a halfway point.
Right.
So that's what you're doing.
But what weather is that for? I've seen you wear them inside. Is that because you can't deal with lights because you're autistic, or?
Oh no, they're not like.
Is it a fashion thing?
It's not like an autistic glasses thing.
That's what I think it is.
It's a fashion statement.
Right.
The statement is. But I could be a paedophile, but we can't know.
Okay. Right. Yeah. That is quite the statement.
Yeah. So we've got a fashion statement.
Yeah. Well, I guess
bold.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yeah.
And is anything bolder than that?
It's a hell of a gambit.
It's a gamble.
So if Gordon was alive today, would he have had these little red glasses?
The stats are backing it up.
They are.
Probably would.
The Dictionary of National Biography describes him as
so you don't see age.
Right.
No, like 3D glasses.
Oh, do they dim age?
They do dim age.
Right. He describes Gordon, the Dictionary of National Biography describes Gordon as a, quote, great boy lover. He's never married. He didn't have a relationship with anyone, it seems.
Well, this could be Heathian.
Oh, sorry, Ted Heath.
Yeah,
yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to... You hadn't heard Heathian yet.
Not yet, but I like it a lot. I see,
you have a Heathian relationship.
I have a Heathian streak. I do have a Heathian streak, and I don't see
Some
women.
days you feel Heathian.
Oh yeah, exactly. It's a Ted Heath day. Don't talk to me.
I feel Wilsonian a lot. When you're on the back foot.
Yeah, I'm quite often Wilson's second term. It's second term Wilsonian. No, I have a Heathian streak for sure.
Yeah. But that's what it feels similar to Gordon. He potentially is homosexual, has rumours of being a paedophile, doesn't see women.
Yes,
that's very Ted Heath.
And also, we were talking in the last episode about how it's so uncomfortable meeting new women. Imagine that's my Heathian streak. Is a new woman comes into my life and I don't know how to greet her, and it's easy for me to sort of go away and just walk away.
What about you could chest each other?
belly bumps. That's what my daughter does.
That could be going to meet a new woman.
That's what my daughter does outside the school gate. She puts a school bag on her front and goes, belly bumps, and then just starts bumping people.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a nice way to greet a woman.
It is nice, yeah. So he says that he could only hurt a potential wife because it was inevitable that he would die in battle.
Because he was a gay paedophile.
Because he's a gay paedophile, and he knew he'd have to fight at some point.
And if I was the wife of a gay paedophile, it would hurt my feelings.
Yes. Gordon, at the age of 14, says that he wished he'd been born a eunuch. Now, this is just a response.
That's an odd thing to say.
Yeah, but he's also talking about wanting to be released from his, quote, vile body in which his spirit is imprisoned. So there's
He's got body issues.
Yeah.
He's a teenager with body issues.
Yes, we'd now say he's got body dysmorphia.
As in he wants to be freed from this vile sack. I guess I sort of relate with that. Sometimes, the hammy cage that is the body. Sometimes it feels like it's dragging you down from the divine to have to be dealt with the filth of
it also quite
constantly aging and crusting body.
Yes, I see your point, but it's also quite a convenient excuse to frame it as, I wish my pure soul would be freed from this paedophile's body. It's quite a convenient separation of church and state.
I wouldn't be surprised as well if the soul went and then you realised the body wasn't the paedophile.
It turns out the soul was it turns out I'm a paedophile in my essence.
Actually, you're just a pedo driving a car.
Yeah. This is just this is a puppet.
I'm in a pedo car. You get out. No, I'm a paedophile.
No, it turns out I've got a pedo license and all the only cars I can buy are pedo cars. Yeah, so Gordon, we don't know if the references in Gordon's letters about his need to resist, quote, temptation and subdue the flesh relate to women or men. I think it's pretty clear it's men. There's also this kind of gathering historiographical noise that says maybe he wasn't homosexual, but kind of maybe asexual autistic, which we've talked about. But again, in the Victorian age...
What's that?
What does that even mean? Sexuality is so repressed. Everyone's autistic. They're putting fucking dresses on chair legs. Yeah. As with Heath, let's gloss over these allegations. Then they're baseless as far as I'm concerned. This is a man who liked rolling around in the mud with boys, then washing them and giving them food. We
don't know if anything was untoward.
What could be untoward about that? People are like, oh, Saville's a so James Savile. James Savile. Yeah. I won't have this slander.
General Gordon, Sir James Savile. Stop slandering their names.
Slandering British heroes. We get to the issue of the Sudan. Now, with that, we should say that's why we're wearing fez hats, and we didn't mention that once. Last episode.
And also, in last episode, Gordon didn't even come close to Africa.
No.
We were in China the whole time.
Yeah. But this is sort of a Chinese-y hat, isn't it?
I don't know if
there's a Chinese-y hat that's like
there is actually
sort of a short fez,
but I don't think it's already we basically never wear hats. So I think to do a China episode in a fez.
Look, an Oriental fez is a kind
but it's not that.
Yeah, if you had a longer thing, it'd be
so
like
if you're watching an episode on Chinese Gordon, then we've got these on.
Fu Manchu hat, but he's Gordon of Khartoum. We're looking at photos of Chinese fezzes.
He's a GOK.
Yeah, the fez we've realised because we've been wearing these hats. Going, this is one of the most impractical hats ever. Yeah. What could this possibly be designed for? Apparently, it's so that you could pray as a Muslim without with your head touching the floor, or your head could touch the floor. Your head has to touch the floor.
Imagine you got one of those Australian flycatcher hats, like a cowboy hat with all the corks. Yeah. Like that'd be a nightmare if you're praying 5 times a day.
Yes,
the corks would be going everywhere.
Exactly, and so this is a way your forehead can touch the ground, which you need to do, but also you're still wearing a hat.
Yes, but I guess because this is an age where it was very rude not to wear a hat.
Yes,
so you had to do something.
Hats were imperative.
Yeah.
So in February 1872, Gordon is promoted to colonel. Now, we should just place this early on in the episode. Gordon meets his end at Khartoum in 1885.
That's just before Jack the Ripper.
It is just before the...
Literally about 3 years.
It is 4 years before Hitler's birth.
Is it? Oh.
Yes.
Okay, so that as well. And it is after...
Just in case anyone's wondering, it's 4 years before Hitler's birth.
It's after the invention of the gin and tonic, I imagine.
Must be.
They're swilling G&Ts.
Must be. Fuck me, I love a G&T. In the film Khartoum, he's drinking brandy and soda.
B&S's.
BS.
Yeah.
Which I've never had, and I can't imagine that it tastes nice.
No, but I imagine... Yeah, you hadn't been exposed to as many tastes back then.
No, I also do feel like...
Do you like brandy?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
I like the kind of person who says, should we have a brandy? I like that. That feels good.
I want to be that guy.
But it does seem like a bad drink.
I like whiskey, and I feel like it's not much of a lateral move to brandy, but I'm scared.
Right.
You
want someone to hold your hand.
I'm not going to black clubs where they drink brandy and Courvoisier and stuff.
But they would never call it a brandy.
What would they
They'd be
call it?
sipping Henny.
Hennessy.
Because you don't hear, you just never hear a black person say, I love brandy.
Well, a brandy's a name, so actually, you probably would hear that. But they'd be talking about their wife or their girl mama.
Right. Okay.
Or their side piece. Their
But
side
Hennessy
piece
is
or
the
their
real.
baby mama or their birth mama or whatever. I'm fluent in black culture as you'd expect someone called Jamaican accent Taylor.
Gonna leave that one.
So while travelling to Constantinople in the 1870s, Gordon meets Egypt's Prime Minister Raghib Pasha. So he talks about him entering the service of Egypt.
The Khedive. Is that like a sheriff and a boss?
The Khedive of Nottingham.
Yeah.
The Ottomans technically run Egypt.
Do they?
Yes. Egypt is a sort of semi-autonomous region that's technically under the Ottoman Empire.
But Cairo...
Hence the fezzes.
Right.
But the British are getting quite involved in Egypt.
Yes.
The British and French have loaned
We're
the
truffle
Egyptians.
pigging around.
We're hunting for truffles.
Yeah.
And there's a big old fucking truffle in Egypt called the Suez Canal. And the British and the French have loaned the Egyptians £93 million in Victorian money to build the canal and to operate it because the Egyptians mainly know camels.
Right.
And then they're in a massive debt to us. And so Britain kind of has to try and get involved in Egypt in order to ensure that it can always pay its debts and it can run the canal.
Yeah, because Cairo is a sort of nerve centre of all of Britain's operations in North Africa, Arabia, Middle East.
Yeah. Well, who's that, Charlie?
This is Iman Ahmed Abd El Ati.
Yeah.
And she is the world's heaviest, fattest woman.
Is
that her official title?
But is she from Egypt?
Heaviest, fattest?
Yeah, Egyptian.
Sorry,
wow, okay.
The heaviest living woman in the world
Was Egyptian, yeah. She
The
was
second heaviest
4
woman in
feet,
history.
7.5 inches.
Died 37.
Quite chody.
Is that less or more than you'd think for the world's heaviest woman? 37.
She made it to 37.
Yeah.
What was her final weight?
She was also 4'7", so she was tiny. To be heavy with that little height.
What's Egyptian cuisine? They eat with their hands, right? Is it breads? Is it scooping bread? It's a camel hump? We've seen that video, haven't we? Pulling apart the camel hump.
Yeah.
It's sort of scooping wet stuff.
Egyptian
into
food's
bread.
nice, actually. I was in Egypt last year. There's some good stuff there.
What's she eating?
Hey?
What is she eating, do you imagine?
Because hummus can only take you so far.
Yeah, it is a stealth. It's a stealth weight gain, though.
So we're looking at. Well, I guess
we're looking at pictures of a dying fat woman.
Think.
Let's be clear.
World's fattest woman, who weighs nearly 500 kilograms, is lifted out of her bed by a crane and put on a cargo plane to be flown to India for surgery.
Now, I would imagine that's perhaps breast reduction surgery.
Yes, maybe.
She's got a couple of honkers there.
Yeah. Well, no, I think she's got a lack of breasts considering how big she is, to be honest.
I think from the neck down, it's hard to say what's breast and what's tummy.
Yeah, say what you see.
A wall of her room had to be brought down to help bring her out.
Yeah. Think of what you think the world's heaviest woman looks like. You'll probably be pretty close.
Yes.
There we go.
So I guess if you're having to do a forced side return for weight loss in your house, you've got an issue. Not to fat shame.
I mean, as a former fat person, I think you have rights to talk on this as well.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
You're a couple of kilograms away from a cargo plane to India.
2 mince pies away from a fucking cargo plane. So Britain is kind of involved in Egypt, but mainly to protect its interests.
When does Egypt become a British colony? Is that during?
After this. It's after this, I think.
Because Cecil Rhodes also wanted to build
Cairo to Cape Town.
And that's I thought that was when. So when did Egypt become a British colony?
I don't think Egypt is officially a British colony at this point.
1882.
Oh, right. No, it's de facto control of the nominally Ottoman province until 1914 when it's a former protectorate. There you go. So
then Ottoman Empire collapses in 1914.
Britain gets it.
Right.
Yeah, but basically...
Yard sale.
So we're sort of involved, but it's mainly about the Suez Canal.
Right, we don't really care about anything
But
else.
also, as we'll discover, the Ottoman troops and the Egyptian troops aren't well trained enough to protect the Suez Canal. So
Right.
Britain is at risk of becoming a quagmire for the British Empire.
Yeah.
Egypt. So in 1874, Gordon accepts the appointment as Governor General of Equatoria, which is in the southern Sudan, under Ismail Pasha. Now, Ismail Pasha is the Egyptian Prime Minister, whatever the fuck, and Sudan is sort of a Egypt has its own colonial ambitions in Sudan. Because you just go down the Nile and then around a bit and you get to Sudan.
Yeah.
You ever been to Sudan?
I have been right on the border.
Have you?
4 months ago.
Oh, right.
And parts
Isn't it all kicking it off?
Sudan is as big as Western Europe. So it's fucking huge.
Right.
And it's all kicking off far down away. It'd be like saying it's kicking off in Italy, saying it's kicking off here.
Fine.
But yeah, they're both countries that run down the Nile. That's kind of where all of civilization in both countries is sort of done down that one river. And the borders have constantly moved. And
it's desert, the Sudan. It's complete desert.
Very inhospitable.
So the Khedive of Egypt offers Gordon £10,000. Gordon insists he could do it for £2,000 because he's a moral man. He just wants to help. Now we get to the thorny issue of Gordon's anti-slavery.
Right.
Obviously, people think the British Empire was all slavery, but what never gets talked about...
Doesn't some circles.
Of course, in some circles. It gets
on some very popular podcasts, I think it gets brought up a lot.
Yes. But to my social circles, I feel like the outlier in saying, well, there was a significant period of time where Britain was going in and trying to stop slavery.
The out-interrupter at dinner parties.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like.
Sorry, actually, there was quite a lot of men trying to stop slavery.
Yeah. You look at the watch, this is going on for an hour and a half, let's end it now.
Let's just get it.
I actually...
Yeah. Pudding's too late. I'm going home to eat some chocolate. I actually think Britain stopped slavery.
But yeah, it definitely is missing from some of the narratives that Britain was the first country in history to truly make it illegal to have slaves. Yes. But then they use that to...
as a liberal interventionist
way of helping their imperialist ambitions.
So
they basically went around... Britain was the only country that could afford to not have slaves because they're so highly industrialized.
I tell you what it's exactly like. It's like now when Britain and America are telling India and China to go to net zero. And they're like, we've just fucking got fossil fuels, they're sick.
Yeah.
At the same time, we're like, don't use slavery. And the Sudan are like, fuck it, do you see how much stuff gets done with slaves?
Yeah.
The economy's booming. And we're like, no, but it's immoral. Yeah. It's a similar dynamic. Yes?
Is it like if a paedophile becomes a paedophile hunter? Is it the same as that?
No.
Hold on. I think it is a bit.
I don't like calling the British nation a paedophile. We're a nation of paedophiles. We are not a paedophile.
We must aim higher than that.
We are a paedophile.
No, we're not.
I'm a paedophile.
We have to have... Full stop. How many podcasts is the producer... Is there any podcast in the country where the producer's going, I'm a paedophile? No disguise on it.
And we'll leave it in the edit.
Not even a smirk.
We'll leave it in the edit, and there's a certain section of our audience who fucking hate it.
I'm a paedophile. Fuck it.
We said about the story of a guy who emailed me on the Patreon saying, look, I really like the podcast, but can I have a refund because of all the references to the hosts being paedophiles? I'm fine with historical paedophilia, but the idea that you're
we're gonna transfer you £22.50 because Charlie says he's a paedophile. No.
He's non-offending. Much like General
He's
Gordon.
dormant.
I mean, we're all non-offending paedophiles, technically, aren't we? Aren't we? I mean, I'm a non-offending. I'm a non-offending murderer, aren't I?
Right? Yeah.
I guess you could just say non-offending anything. Yeah. If you're not that.
I'm a paedophile.
Right, but we were getting onto some pretty interesting historical ground, actually.
Yeah, and I was the one who tried to quash it, but you indulged him.
I did. You should never indulge this boy.
No, anyway, so Gordon is tasked with extending Egyptian central authority along the Nile down to Sudan. I think a lot of the villages and settlements along the Nile in the Sudan are basically like slave raiding ports.
Yeah.
So he is
because the Arabs are unbelievable slavers and have been for hundreds of years. They
enslaved whites.
Yeah.
Okay? Let's be clear. In the 17th century off the coast of Libya, the Barbary pirates, the Arabs, they stole the Irish, the Spanish, and the Italians, and they made them slaves. And it is quite funny because I can't really think of three more work-shy groups of people than Irish, Italians, and Spaniards. Anyway, obviously that didn't work out in the long run because...
But reparations, please.
It makes you feel sorry for the slave owners, if anything. But obviously they go, these slaves don't work. Let's turn around and go down Africa.
Yeah,
and then
you go online shopping and the clothes don't fit.
Yes, right. I'm going to
have to give them back.
I'm going to have to go somewhere else. I'm going to turn around and these guys.
It's too hot.
Please, I want to break. When is break time?
When is 4-hour lunch?
When is 4 or 5 hour lunch? It's crazy. You're making me work twice in day. What's going on? I got to wake up early. I have to go to bed late. It's crazy.
I'm sorry, it's not worth it. Actually, it's not worth it.
No, I don't want. Why I wear cotton? I don't want to wear cotton. I don't want cotton. Anyway, the Greeks and the Italians made bad slaves, but that didn't stop the Arabs trying.
Yeah.
He's an abolitionist. He's an SJW.
He's woke as hell.
He's dyed his hair blue at this point. But Gordon, he's kind of he finds it difficult because it's so embedded, slavery in Egypt and Sudan.
Yeah.
So he goes back to England in 1876.
But it's because of industrialization, right? That means you can move beyond slavery.
Yes, I guess so.
Because
it's like robot hoovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's why in the American Civil War, the industrialized North didn't need slaves as much as the rural South.
Yes, so interesting. The Southern economy was still...
Yeah, because everyone says it was more a moral issue, but it was basically they could afford not to do it and the Southern economy couldn't.
Gordon gets kind of disheartened at the amount of slavery and the kind of impossibility of the task. Yeah. So he goes back to England in 1876, but a month in England, he decides to go back to Sudan because he gets bored and maybe all his wangs have grown up.
Yeah.
And he now asks to be made Governor General of the entire Sudan, I guess because he wants actual power to stop the slavery. When he gets there, he abolishes public floggings, which must...
So he's a spoil sport.
I imagine he probably quite liked the flogging things with his sexuality as well. He disbands the irregular forces and he puts petition boxes...
So he likes private floggings, not public floggings.
Please. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
Whatever you do in the comfort of your own home.
That's it.
Fine.
It's between you and
not
God.
In the public square.
Yeah.
He suppresses some major rebellions, and by 1880, the slave trade in Sudan had been largely broken.
Suppressing a major rebellion him fighting against his own paedophilia?
No. Well, yes, I guess so. But
suppressing it.
He then also smashed the gangs. Gordon smashes the slave gangs in Sudan in 1880. And he exhausted, he returns to England, having resigned, having felt like he's done his job. But again, he gets bored in England. So then at some point, he goes to Mauritius. And this is fucking hilarious. Charlie, you're going to love this bit. He thinks he finds the biblical Garden of Eden, and he thinks he finds the Tree of Knowledge in Mauritius, which is the Coco de Mer palm tree, where the fruit resembles a human buttocks, and then there's another bit of the fruit that looks like a big dick. So he thinks the Tree of Knowledge. What does that then mean in the story?
Because this is the thing about Protestantism versus Catholicism, is that it is you can have your own interpretations of these things.
Yes,
so it does mean that an individual can come up with this sort of shit.
So yes, he thought the tree, because there were two fruits, one of them looked like a dick, the other one looked like a big Bunda.
This must be the Garden of Eden.
This is like the Garden of Eden. This embodies carnal desire.
But also, it's a man who seemingly is not having sex.
But it's also
so when he sees a butt tree, he goes insane.
But what's quite funny is he then thinks the forbidden fruit is this tree, which would mean that Eve eating the apple is Eve taking a big sort of cactus willy and like... Adam's like, don't go down on that fucking plant, would you? It's weird. And then Eve's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it's a bit on the,
gets the bum
it'd be a
fruit,
bit on the nose, I feel.
Rimming the bum fruit.
Because I think the symbolism of the apple forbidden fruit, that works. I don't think it needs to be a cock and balls tree.
No. It's the cock the serpent who tells Eve to then eat the arse of the cocoa fruit. So Eve's like, oh. But you never see that.
It does look like an arse. It really looks like an arse,
to be fair. Can that be a coincidence?
No, listen.
Can that be a coincidence? Charlie asks, can that be a coincidence?
I'm not saying it doesn't look like an arse. What I'm saying is it's a big leap from that tree looks like an arse to that's the tree of knowledge from the Garden of Eden.
No, but we could have come from that maybe.
No.
When you say can that be a coincidence, follow that train of thought.
Well, like, it's too perfect. It looks like a perfect...
Too perfect for what?
For us not to be related to it. It looks exactly like us.
But I guess shapes in nature often repeat. So maybe...
Not a fucking Bunda.
Yeah, Bunda.
Anyway.
Because most living things have a Bunda of sorts, right?
No, I've never seen a
No,
Bunda. I've never seen a Bunda like that.
Listen, Gordon goes to Mauritius and finds a Bunda tree and has a religious sort of
He has
moment.
not busted his entire life. So
No.
he basically has like a vision of God when he sees a Bunda plant.
Meanwhile, political turmoil in Egypt and the Sudan is intensifying. There's an Urabi revolt in Egypt, which only ends with British intervention. And in Sudan, we get to the Islamic leader, the proto-jihadi, Muhammad Ahmed, the Mahdi.
Right.
And this is, I think he's a Sufi, not Muhammad Atta, Charlie, but again, it's a long road to Muhammad Atta. I think he's a Sufi Muslim, which is mystical.
Right.
And he...
Is Sufi Muslim, are they the ones that are linked to Iran? The more mystical...
We talked about Sufis in Iran.
And I think that
Can you just Google this?
Train of Islam is in Iran.
Charlie, quick note. Whenever we're talking about Islam and we want to know something, I really want to get it right.
Yeah. Famously.
I think they'd appreciate that.
They really appreciate it.
They really appreciate you trying to get it right.
So Sufis are into like mystical.
So yes, he was a Sufi scholar. And Sufi Muslims are... I don't know. There's a branch. It's a minor branch.
Just more mystical.
Yeah, right. It's more mystical than others are. Anyway, the Mahdi, Muhammad Ahmed, he claims that he is... Now, has he seen the Prophet Muhammad, or he's kind of related to the Prophet Muhammad?
Weirdly, there's a lot of this in this story, because General Gordon has his own quite mad relationship with God. He's coming up with his own theories that this bum tree is the tree of knowledge. You have the millenarian uprising in the Taiping.
Yeah.
So this seems to be basically just the people who are running stuff or causing all the problems, are people who've just had their own interpretations. It seems to be very
So he was a holy man.
vogue.
The Mahdi was a holy man who proclaims that he was a prophet sent from heaven to save Muslims from the cruelty of their rulers. So what the Mahdi does is he becomes a kind of anti-imperialist uprising figure, much like the Taiping Rebellion had. He who does not believe in me will be purified by the sword. It's proto Bin Laden.
He's Dr Grumpikins in some ways.
In some ways, he's an early Dr Grumpikins.
Yeah, proto Grumpikins.
Proto Grumpikins. And the Mahdist revolution is backed by the northern and western regions of Sudan. So he's also known as El Mahdi El Muntazar, or the expected one. And he claims he's immortal and would never die. He does, though.
Classic.
So, yeah. An army of 11,000 under the command of an English officer is sent to attack.
And this is how the film Khartoum opens.
Yes.
Right.
So they are Ottoman troops. They're Egyptian troops, which aren't well trained, but they have an Englishman in charge. And they are led into a trap quite brilliantly by the Mahdi, because the Mahdi, actually, his forces are very tactically sophisticated and they have quite good weapons.
And they've got local knowledge, right?
And like the Taliban, they use the hills, they use the desert. And out of 11,000 men, only 11 return to Egypt. They get fucking
That's so few men
wiped out. Yeah. And they also, all their weapons, their ammunition, I think Gatling guns, are now in the hands of the Mahdi. So it is equivalent to the Americans arming the Mujahideen against the Soviets, and then the Mujahideen taking
a big boo-boo.
So there are two Englishmen now left in Sudan, Colonel Kurt Logan and Frank Power, who's the correspondent of the Times. They start telegraphing back home saying it was hopeless for the Egyptian troops in the Sudan to hold out against the Mahdi.
Because they're disorganised, and the Mahdi have this kind of religious ferocity that means that they're quite they're united in one mission.
They believe in something.
Yeah.
Now, Gordon believes that if you give the Sudan up to the Mahdi, there would be no limit to his power, because he sees the Mahdi for what it is. They're talking about a caliphate. It's like Victorian ISIS.
Right.
And Gordon sees that and goes, well, they're going to then take over the whole Arab Muslim world. And they're also going to bring slavery back big time.
Yeah.
And Gordon is anti-slavery. So it's
they're both two people with really strong religious convictions.
Yes.
Going up against each other.
In many ways.
With completely conflicting worldviews.
It's Blair, Bush versus Saddam.
Yeah.
It's liberal intervention for their own good, kind of thing.
Yeah.
At this point, Gordon is back home, he's still writing about the big bum tree. And he has had an offer.
He gets a call.
He's had an offer.
That interrupts.
He's had an offer from a friend of the pod, Leopold of Belgium, who wants.
That's
Gordon,
a tough one.
That is, yeah. No,
that's a tough one for me.
Friend of the pod, Leopold II of Belgium, who is up to no good in the Congo.
Yeah.
and he's asking for Gordon to come and oversee it. Now, people are up. But
Gordon doesn't know what's going on there. Barely anyone knows at this point.
I don't really know what's going on. I think
we can't know.
We can't know. But we will do a series on the Belgian Congo. Don't worry.
Yeah. First they came after Jimmy Savile, and then the King, Leopold II.
And I said nothing. But when they came after Leopold II, I also said nothing. He's weeks away from going. He's accepted the job for Leopold, and he's going to go and manage the Belgian Congo. But Gladstone, the Prime Minister at the time, a woke, liberal, SJW, non-interventionist, rosebud nymph of a man, he does not want troops involved in the Sudan.
Yeah.
Gladstone, basically, there's a lot of pressure, and there's a lot of scenes in this in the film. He's a strong advocate for self-government.
Right.
Yeah, woke nonsense. Anyway, there's a lot of pressure on Gladstone to intervene to protect the Egyptians' ability to pay the debt back to Britain from the Suez Canal.
Right.
So it's very complicated.
Yeah.
But basically, he does not want to get dragged into it because he doesn't want to. He doesn't really believe in troops on the ground.
Yeah.
He's sort of anti-imperialist, Gladstone, which at this time
he's Jimmy Carter a little bit,
almost. But he's like, it's funny to be an anti-imperialist at the height of the British Empire. It's quite difficult. There's so many competing interests, like the realpolitik is that you have to maintain the empire.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really believe in expansion for its own good.
Yeah.
So he's very polar opposite to Gordon.
Yeah.
What he does is he then says, okay, we're going to send one man, this mad fucker Gordon, who's been drawing big bum trees. We're going to get him off that.
But also, so something we have not mentioned is Gordon is a national hero, and there's media
celebrity.
about
yeah, it's a celebrity. Yeah.
So it's sending Gordon to them. It looks like we're sending our best guy. This is very famous which is a new sort of fame that's only come about with the rise of the newspapers.
Yes.
But is that the equivalent? Is it like sending like Beckham?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Like,
genuinely.
It'd be like when we sent Beckham
or Bear Grylls
and Sebastian Coe to try and get the Olympics. It's a similar thing.
Right.
Yeah. Get Bex down there.
It's sending Ant Middleton to sort out, Greenland or whatever.
Or is it sending Allardyce down? Give it,
pint of wine.
Give it Allardyce.
So anyway, what Gladstone does is he sends Gordon to organise the evacuation of the Egyptian garrisons that are in Khartoum and a few other Europeans. Gordon issues press statements attacking the rebels as a, quote, feeble lot of stinking dervishes.
Right.
Is dervish a slur?
Sounds it.
Can we Google
Doesn't
that,
sound
Charlie?
good.
I want to know.
Doesn't sound like a compliment if it comes after
it's a Muslim.
stinking.
It's a Muslim mystic.
Right.
So there you go.
Okay.
My old boss was a dervish, a whirling dervish. He used to be trained with some monks, and he would stand on nails and then spin.
Like a spinning top?
Yeah.
Right.
What job was that?
At the studio, where they had that fanny.
Was that your boss?
Chair.
Right.
He had a sonic orgasm chair, which could make you bust purely based on vibration. This is him. Hang on. There he is.
This is him?
This is my boss. Hang on. This is this chair that makes you come.
Wait, is it like a boiler room set, but it makes you come?
Sorry, right. We are watching a video now of a woman in a room that looks like a hostage situation, where the woman is in a vibrating chair. Is that your boss at the mixing desk?
He's like David Guettering her cum.
He's Fred again.
He literally is.
Right.
Wow.
This lady actually comes.
Okay.
So that's what a dervish is.
There she is. Look.
Is that what those massage chairs and service stations do?
I don't know.
I'm always scared to get on one.
It made me hallucinate a bit, but I did not bust.
Right. Listen, I think it's probably different for women and men.
Yep.
Different mechanics.
I need more.
We need the quick shot launch masturbator. Now, if they had those in service stations, I would stop every. If Cheveley Services had a little station by the kids' aeroplane where the kids get in, if they also had a quick shot launch masturbator chair for the dads,
it wouldn't take long either.
No, it wouldn't be great. You put a pound in the aeroplane. You go, right, kids, you ride on the Peppa Pig truck for 10 minutes. I'm just gonna go get a Burger King and get a quick shot launched, and then I'll get back on the road.
Have you ever got a tense dad on holiday? That's what the ad would be. Like a really stressed out dad on holiday. Yeah. Getting the quick shot launch. The best dad ever.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so Gordon sends a telegram to Khartoum saying, don't be panic-stricken. Ye are men, not women. I'm coming. Gordon. And his mission is to protect lives while preparing for the withdrawal. Yeah. So he arrived in Khartoum 18th of February, 1884. Now, there are 7,000 Egyptian troops, 27,000 civilians. Now, this is where he sort of takes matters into his own hands. Rather than just obeying orders and evacuating Khartoum, he declares that his intention is to sort of administer the whole of Sudan and to fight off the Mahdi and basically win a great battle. So he reverses several policies that the Egyptians had introduced. He also starts trying to bolster Khartoum's defences, which is sort of building on his engineering skills that he had in the Crimean War. He keeps asking Britain for some help. Gladstone keeps refusing because they're still intent upon not getting embroiled in a military intervention. So Gordon starts to resent the government's policy, and his telegrams become more and more bitter. Quote, "I leave you with the indelible disgrace of abandoning the garrisons." And that added that such a British course and policy would be a climax of meanness.
Climax of meanness?
Yes.
Meanness is a bit silly.
He's not mincing his words.
I think cruelty would probably be a better word than meanness.
Now, by April 1884, the Mahdi start besieging Khartoum. And from April, it's now cut off.
Right.
So the city...
They're starving it out.
They're starving it out. They've got lots of food, 6 months' worth of food. I'd probably get through that in a week, but Gordon is a much better temperament than I do. The fattest Egyptian woman, that's maybe a meal or two, you know.
But she will live nearby.
In 100 years' time,
she won't be far.
She will be born in Egypt.
Yeah, they'll both be on the Nile.
They're both on the Nile, exactly. It's comforting to know that journey up the Nile, 100 years' time,
is a journey through time.
Women that ever lived.
A journey through history.
Anyway, so Gordon starts writing letters to the Mahdi, telling him to accept the authority of the Egyptian Khedive, and then the Mahdi replies saying, "No, why don't you convert to Islam?" He will be a bit of a broken record in that regard. He says that to most suggestions. No, you need to be Muslim.
No, you need to be Christian. No, you need to be Muslim.
So to keep up morale, Gordon has a military band perform concerts every Friday and Sunday evenings.
That's nice.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Morale is key. The government keep ordering Gordon to return to Cairo, but he refuses, saying, "I'm not abandoning the city. I've finally got them to stop slaving. Okay, we've got a band performing twice a weekend. We're having a lovely time." By July 1884, Gladstone realises, and again, this
stingy Gladstone finally puts his hands in his pockets.
Yeah, and he sends an expedition to relieve Khartoum, but that's because of a lot of newspaper pressure.
Yeah,
because as you say, he's a hero. So 9,000 British troops are led by Sir Wolseley. They set off, but they take months to organise. In the film, they're portrayed as basically already being in Egypt, but just staying there to acclimatise to the conditions for like weeks.
Falling off camels and stuff.
Yeah, and just trying to deal with their sweat patches.
Yeah.
So by the end of 1884, the garrison and the entire population of Khartoum are starving to death. There are no horses, donkeys, cats or dogs left because they've eaten them all.
Sure.
Again, this is before the fattest woman in Egypt was alive. So Gordon now says, and this is a frankly, from a military perspective, insane move, but again, this is his decency and his moralism. He tells the civilians of Khartoum that anyone who wishes to can leave and they can join the Mahdi if they want.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Half the population then just do that. So they leave and go and join the enemy. But Gordon is he's a moralist.
If you don't like it, then you can leave. Is it like that?
Yeah. I don't think he says it like that.
Okay, right.
In my head, he doesn't.
Yeah.
But he keeps asking for Wolsey to fucking get on with it and then come here and arrive. Now, Gordon had sent out some steamers who were sent to provide like quicker transport for Wolseley's troops, but then they spend loads of time making the steamers bigger to accommodate more people.
Right.
So they're dithering. They're wasting time.
They're filibustering.
They are filibustering.
Filibustering their way down the Nile.
A moment later, a runner brings in a message saying that the city's about to fall, and then after that, another runner brings a message saying, "Actually, it's fine. We can hold out for years." Signed by Gordon, and they decide to.
So he's getting a bit mad now.
They believe the second message.
But, okay, right.
It's two different messages. The second one is Gordon saying, "No, we're actually going to be fine."
Right.
But there's someone else who's maybe more realistic saying, "No, we're fucked here."
Yeah.
Anyway, so there's now this tense standoff where the city is under siege from the jihadis, and the reinforcements are dithering down the Nile or up the Nile, don't know which way it goes, to get to Khartoum. Supposedly, in his last weeks, Gordon is a chain-smoking, rage-filled, desperate man wearing a shabby uniform. He spent hours talking to a mouse that he shared his office with. Nice touch.
So that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
Yeah.
He's now talking to a mouse. He's gone fucking mad.
Yeah.
So we get to the fateful moment in January 1885, where The Mahdi, who are aware of the British advancing from Egypt, they decide to assault Khartoum before the Brits arrive.
Smart.
And Wolsey reaches Khartoum 2 days after
everything's gone to shit.
Everything's gone to shit.
Yeah.
It's so tragic that ultimately Gladstone's dithering means that Khartoum falls. On the night of 25th of January, 50,000 Mahdists attack the city wall. They break through. The entire garrison gets killed.
Because low morale. Maybe some of the band members left when he set the city free.
Yes, that's true.
Maybe that's why the morale.
Yeah, morale goes because they're not playing.
There's no one playing tunes.
Americana,
no one's on the aux.
And now there's accounts differ as to how Gordon is killed. There's a painting where he's seen at the top of the stairs with his cane, just sort of swatting away dervishes. And some people say he died fighting on the stairs. Others say that he was wounded by a spear and kept fighting.
That's exactly how they make it look in the film. They base it on that exact.
They base it on this painting. This is a famous painting of him standing at the stairs with his fez and his cane.
What else do you need?
Just basically saying, "Stop it!
Come on,
stop it!"
Yeah.
I think what actually happened is that he's decapitated.
Yeah, his head's chopped off.
You know, ISIS be ISIS.
Yeah. They Facebook Live.
They Facebook live stream him with a box cutter in an orange jumpsuit. That's what they do. His head.
Did you ever watch one of those?
Yeah.
Did it ever leave you?
No.
I think it traumatized me for life. Actually.
I still remember.
I saw it when I was 14. I saw an ISIS member decapitate a guy who didn't look too dissimilar from me with a box cutter, and I'll never forget it.
I wasn't as shocked by that because I had seen something aged 12 on a fucking like Nokia flip phone when they first put videos on phones.
Yeah.
I saw a guy, a Chechnyan, get his head cut off with like a fucking bread knife by a Russian in the snow. And I think about that maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
Gordon's body is dumped in a well. His head is packaged up and sent to the Mahdi, who orders it to be fixed between the branches of a tree where, quote, all who passed it could look at it in disdain, children could throw stones at it, and the hawks of the desert could sweep and circle above.
Whereas in the film Khartoum, the Mahdi, played by the very white Laurence Olivier.
Yeah, not white in this film.
No.
He's Justin Trudeauing this performance.
Yeah, for sure. He has a deep respect for Gordon. And
it's the intellectual backbone of the film with these conversations they have.
Yeah, and he's heartbroken. So that's one difference.
We're going to talk about the Khartoum film on the Patreon this week as our bonus episode. But 5 months after the capture of Khartoum, the Mahdi dies of typhus.
Take that.
So yeah, have that, mate. Now this basically, so the consequences of this. Firstly, I think Gladstone essentially it unravels his premiership.
His fourth premiership.
No, this is his second or third.
Right.
Victoria sends a telegram which finds its way into the press, which says the news from Khartoum is frightful. To think this might all have been prevented and saved by pretty precious life saved by earlier action is too fearful. So he basically gets people throw stones at 10 Downing Street.
Wow. Wow.
Beckham
gets decapitated.
You've let Beckham get decapitated by ISIS. You fucked it, mate. Yeah. So Gladstone tells the cabinet that
this is global news as well. It's not just
Britain. Huge. It's the most famous guy in the world, or in the Anglosphere, has been decapitated. When if you'd got there 2 days earlier, and not just that. I saw a TikTok which was a guy saying, in terms of alternative history, if Wolsey and the forces had arrived in time to save Khartoum, and they had defeated the Mahdi's forces, and the British had actually taken over Sudan and Egypt, then the scramble for Africa, which leads to World War I in terms of empires jostling for position, would not have happened because the French and Germans would not have been able to get a foothold in Africa, which this video then claims...
means they have to negotiate. The Britain has to come to the negotiating table because France, Germany get a foothold because they don't have Sudan.
It basically means the way he framed it was that World War I could have been avoided.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that the day...
But it's just so many butterflies. It's like, I wouldn't have... It's like, without this, I wouldn't have erectile dysfunction. It's like, you're making so many leaps, you know?
Whoa.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I wouldn't have a tiny knob.
Yeah.
I guess.
But if you
if your knob wasn't so small, maybe you could get it up.
You can
what are you saying?
Yeah, but you just keep adding when you do these sort of alternative histories. You can just keep adding stuff.
I didn't know anything about erectile dysfunction.
Do you struggle to get?
No, actually, I don't. Actually, to be honest.
Sorry, baby. This is actually about Khartoum.
Yeah.
If we'd arrived 2 days earlier, I'd be able to put this in you.
No, no. Actually, it's something that
this is all William Gladstone's fault.
Yeah.
My floppy Willie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, you can draw a line with any history.
Yes.
I guess the excuses you sort of make up. If you have a good handle on history, you can really make it.
Yeah, it really helps having an ignorant girlfriend.
No,
he's not got erectile dysfunction. It was Gladstone's fault for not intervening in Sudan 2 days earlier. Yeah. I think you'll find this goes back to 1885.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gordon's death causes this huge wave of national grief. In 1898, Lord Kitchener, he of This Country Needs You fame, leads an expedition to block the French from regaining control of the Sudan, and he goes back to avenge Gordon. Churchill's also here at this point. And what Kitchener
loves Gordon.
Churchill does love Gordon. What Kitchener does is he finds the grave of the Mahdi, he digs him up and blows it up. He blows up the tomb.
Look at his
revenge.
moustache. Doesn't that look like that's a very
fuck off? Fuck off. He disinters the body of the Mahdi and then beheads it as revenge.
Nice.
1-1.
That is 1-1.
1-1.
We'll call it a draw.
Yeah. The headless body of the Mahdi is thrown into the Nile.
Yeah. Horatio Herbert Kitchener.
There you go.
Look at that. I mean,
when the name Horatio wasn't weird.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this story, it does feel like I haven't really earned my moustache looking at some of these men.
But then can you be called Horatio and not have a moustache?
Exactly. So, I'm sort of snookered.
You are snookered. Lord Kitchener kept the Mahdi's skull, and it was rumoured that he used it as a drinking cup or an inkwell.
That's quite a classic thing to do with warfare, right?
Yeah. And this is lovely.
I feel pretty smug if my enemy's head was a sort of, I don't know.
But it's similar to what
I had
they
hot
do.
chocolate out of it.
Do you reckon they should have done that with Bin Laden's skull?
Genuinely.
Like,
I think we were too lived out with how we dealt with Bin Laden.
Yeah.
Give him like a religious burial.
And also, I like the idea that you've
drown him in poo, for example.
Yeah, you've got a skull and you're using it as a cup. Whereas now, the guy that actually shot Bin Laden's got a fucking podcast trying to sell T-shirts saying "I killed Bin Laden." It's a bit. Have some class.
Yeah, have some class.
Blow up a tomb.
Yeah.
Anyway, Gordon is betrayed, and this kind of, for me, the death of Gordon, I guess it signals the beginning of the end of the empire's moral certainty.
Yep.
I think
the romance
of it starts to go.
Yeah.
And this is the long road to 9/11. We're fully.
That's what I mean. The long roads to erectile dysfunction. The long road. There's so many long roads.
I don't know if we can really say historically.
Yeah.
This is why you can't get it up at night.
Well, I can't. Well, I'm saying one.
Okay. Anyway, that has been Gordon of Khartoum. The reason why Horatio struggles sometimes.
I don't struggle
to get it up. If you'd
one could blame
if you'd like more, we will be unpacking the 1966 epic Khartoum on the Patreon. Thanks very much for stopping by. We'll see you next week for a brand new topic. Farewell.
Goodbye.